supposed to come right here. So, hello everyone. How are you doing? I hope you're having a really enjoyable day today. Yes? Let me see your beautiful faces. Like, woo! Good? Good? Not too tired? Well, bear with me because this session, I'll try to, I admit it might not sound as the most exciting session in the world, but I'll try to make it as amusing and exciting as possible. So hold on with me. And by hold on, I mean hold on with my poor little computer that's not in the greatest condition right now. Okay, here it goes. I hope it goes. Come on. So what am I gonna talk about? I'm gonna tell you how to use the ICC platform, the impactcollective.moim.co, and how to take advantage of us being an online community. If you have used Reddit before, if you have used Slack before, or like communities run on Slack or Discord, you should have all the necessary skills to become an ICC ninja. If you haven't, that's okay, because we're here to learn. So we will actually start with something very obvious, which is a little tour of the ICC platform. So I actually went ahead and, oh my God, it connects. The unfortunate thing about the ICC platform is that it's not, it tries its best. But so let me introduce a little bit the platform itself. It's run on Moim, which is a product developed by the Ventures. It's blockchain backed. And it is interesting fact. Moim means in Korean gathering, and it has been used internally for other projects run by the Ventures, but it has also been used for a very interesting project. Those in Korea might actually have heard about it, Vape. So it's like it's a project by, oh my God, brain fart, one of the biggest charity organizations in Korea, World Vision, for community funding of impact projects. So there you go. Here we are, finally. You may recognize this first page. This is the first page you can go to when you land on impactcollective.moim.co, which is the open chat, which has been getting better over compared to what it used to be. One of the great things about it right now is that it has pretty much the same functionalities as an ordinary Slack channel. You can add files, you can format whatever you're typing. You can also link, you can also tag people in it. So believe me, when we first launched it, it has improved a lot. If for some reason you are not registered or signed into the Impact Collective platform, please do so as quickly as possible. If you have problems doing that, you're not getting the verification email, please email hi@impactcollective.earth or email me, and we will have a little chat and we'll walk you through the whole process. Sometimes the verification email gets stuck along the way. So let me talk to you about first all the parts of the Impact Collective platform, starting from the beginning. Originally, I don't know if you remember, but there used to be a an apply channel for the apply link for the program. Now that's gone, but people can still apply to be community judges. Not you, impact makers, however, people who are somehow interested in the impact industry and want to, well, at the end of the day, help you out. I am an admin, so this part here, the 3 dots here, might look different for me rather than for all of you, but pretty much the standard here is you should have. So, see, someone is texting me. Yes, Roxy, it is being recorded. You should have settings where you can set like the notifications that you get from the platform, and you should be able to see all the members depending on their position in the program. No, that's not me. The core of this platform is the welcome part, where we have the ICC guide, which I recently updated, which has pretty much lets you go through the basics of the platform, how to join it, what are the positions available, how does voting and community evaluation work, and something that I'm going to talk about right now, which is tips and tricks. So when you're joining here first, I really recommend reading this through. And FYI, any of you can actually see this part, regardless if you're signed in or not. Can I have my fellow people mute some of the people that are still talking? Thank you. The next part is a part of one, it kind of overlaps a little bit of the guide, but it's more focused on the program itself. It's both available in English and in Korean, and covers the program outline, how to raise capital, that says like how did the investment for the IC fund work, how does community-driven evaluation work, how the judges should write nomination reports, things that most of you probably have already heard about. If not, I refer you to this again. After that, we have the announcement channel, which is where we try to announce all the events that are happening here. So if you missed that, missed the emails for some reason, definitely try to drop in here to see everything. Last and not least in this part is the philosophy. So here we have the values, the purpose and vision of IC, and one of the things that I find the most important here, and again, something that you really should read before starting a conversation here, which is the code of conduct and the guidelines about how you should behave, how you should engage with the community. It's nothing forceful or anything, pretty much just don't be a jerk, but definitely have a read through that as well. We also have a link here to the IC playbook on Notion, so that's where we're going to post details more to do with the program, so like detailed schedule, links to the materials, recordings, etc., etc. So if there's something that you're looking to do with the guide, the program, announcements, and you cannot find it in those 4 channels, go to the playbook and it's probably going to be here. The next thing is, I should skip this one, is the directory. And here in this directory, we will have a little game. Because hopefully you have already seen the directory in the sense that you've seen the judges and the experts in the directory. If you haven't, please do. Oops. So I would like you to click on the in the directory section into the impact makers here. And this is going to be a directory for you, for people to see who you are. We don't have time to do it right now, but if you do, once you do after the whole camp, please use this space to leave a little link to a YouTube video or to a video in general that will introduce you, that will tell people who you are and what you're doing. We have divided this based on all the themes. So by now you should know which theme you belong to. And based on that, find a little circle, type your name, and link that name to the YouTube video. You can do it later on, preferably. But you can book a little circle here right now, since we're already here. Okie dokie. The rest of the directories are pretty straightforward. Like I mentioned, especially for experts and judges, we'll have a little bit of a talk later on about the judges, the judges and the experts and the office hours, how they'll work starting from next week. But you can, if you already have questions for specific experts, especially for instance the ones that had sessions today, go to the directory, find their profile. You can read about who they are, what they do, and here at the end, oh look, this is Chris. I want to ask Chris a question. So I click the little thing here, and I can send him a little message right away, hopefully. There you go. Hi, Chris. How awesome is that? Probably Chris is going to die of shock that I texted him. We have not really explained much about community judges, but I'll take this opportunity to do it right now. Community judges are, well, judges same as fellow judges and partner judges, who are judges that were recommended by either our partners or that experts in our network that we recommended. Community judges were recommended to us by the community. They're people who are just really interested in impact, or really interested in startups, prominent in their local communities, experts in various fields, or people working for corporates that somehow want to change, like how corporates see impact, for instance. And they will have also voting rights. They'll also be granted tokens, and they'll be able to vote for you starting from today, I believe. And yeah, they don't belong necessarily to any of the partner organizations that we have. Some of them are also in this business angels. They're just very exciting people to connect to as well. So don't look down on them. Oh, look, for instance, Hannah is a professor at Equal Women's University. Prominent person again. Another place you can tap into here in the directory, oh, that's not it, are the partner organizations. Oh, can we have a little mute? Thank you. You can check out all our amazing partner organizations once they all log in. Some of them you know because there are our regional partners, for instance, Great for Startup House, Dreamplex, THUS, the Ventures. Some of them you maybe not have heard about or not sure what they do in the program. Drop them a message, ask them. For instance, here's still startups that I am part of. Yay! The next part, and I promise I'll try to go as quickly as possible from now on, is the application review, which you should have known and know by now, which is where all your applications, whatever you wrote in your applications, was uploaded. The judges, the poor judges, read through over 360 applications that are hanging here, left nomination reports, easy peasy lemon squeezy. We have since added a bit of a filtering option, and hopefully before the finale of the program, there will be also a search option. So the judges will be able to look for specific startups by name, not just by theme or by region. There's also private review, which none of you can see, only I can see from all of us here. That's where all your confidential financial information is placed, so that only judges and experts can see that, but nobody else can. Now, the most exciting thing here probably for all of you is, who would know, the vote and leaderboard, which is kicking off right now. As we speak, there's still a few glitches here and there. So the way it works is, like I mentioned, the judges are given tokens, and depending on their position, they're given various amounts of tokens, starting from, I believe, 10 to 60 tokens that they can allocate as votes for the startups that they like, they think that have a chance, have an opportunity. And based on the tokens that the startups get, they place in the leaderboard, right? And by November 28th, 2020, well, November 27/28, depending on which time zone you are, you can, the top startups that get the most token votes will be seen here, and they will be the ones that will be going to the pitching day finale. Don't look at the amount of the tokens right now, because these are all tests. We're testing out how it all works. So the judges have not even been instructed properly on how to use the tokens yet. But this is a good example to see. So 2 people voted for gift pack, but they only gave altogether 3 tokens, whereas 1 person gave, probably a community, just really likes Pulse active stations, and he was like, hell yeah, I'm going to give all my tokens to this startup because it's amazing. So even though only 1 person voted for them, they have more tokens than gift packs. So bear that in mind. The next part, this kind of ties down to your next session that you're going to have with your regional partners. So as you can see, you have the ventures, Fuzz, Draper Startup House, Dreamplex, well, Dreamplex plus Bob, that's a cute name. And each of them has its own, I would say, kind of a Reddit post channel. So a place where they will be posting announcements about, for instance, RA group calls or events that they're organizing, or Launchbox events that they'll be organizing. But you as participants, members of that RA group, can also post information, news, things that you find useful. Or you can choose to use the group channel, where you can reach out to people of members of the community, and in that specific RA group, and ask for stuff, chat, or tell people oh, I don't know what to do. Oh no, a lot of people are texting me. I hope so I know a lot of people are texting me about getting the right link to to this call. So Charlotte or any of the girls who are present in the call, can you double check the Excel sheet that the link is right? And also, if you can post on the open chat the link to this call, that would be awesome. Live events, again, this is kind of like open chat, but we just didn't want to mess them up together. Yeah, we've been posting stuff here about the ongoing live events, but I can also see that people get confused with the open chat. So in the long run, we're kind of considering maybe abandoning this altogether. We'll see how that will go. The last but not least, is the private messages, which I won't show you, but you probably know how that works. One last thing before I leave this side is that I suggest you update your profile here, because it's really fun posting, but if people cannot really tie down the face to a name, it gets a little bit complicated. Write a little blurb about what you do, like what company you represent, and yeah, enjoy the ride as much as possible. So, hold on. So that was a quick walkthrough, but I think the question is like, okay, this is how it works. This is the button that does this, A, B, C, D. But what do I do here? Like, how do I take advantage of this platform? And you should, because we have already over 800 members here, maybe even 900. I haven't checked, to be fair. And it's like, if you're anything aware of marketing and how to build your presence, it's like pretty much like a free lunch. So here's some of the do's and don'ts that you should take into advantage as an impact maker. If there's any judges or partners, I would also have a few words to say to you as well. But first and foremost, are amazing impact makers. So you're an impact maker, you're on ICC. What do you do? Make some noise, meet some people, make some impact, right? The most important do's for me, and in any community, to be fair, is give first. Sharing is caring, but also share with those that really care about what you share. Like, if people are not interested in what you're sharing right now, maybe it's not the right place to share it. What can you share? Share news about exciting new partnership or deals that your startup achieved. Where you can do it, for instance, in your RA group. Celebrate it with the RAs and the RA group. What else can you share? Events and opportunities in your local and global network. On the open chat, tell people that there's a cool webinar about impact investment happening here and here, and let them join that and let them get some value from that as well. Or maybe even your startup is organizing some sort of exciting online event that you want us to join. We'd love it. We'd love to be part of that as well. You can also share some thought-provoking articles, interesting reports, in-depth studies that are tied to the themes of our program, or things that to do with impact and entrepreneurship. Like, provoke a discussion here. We have, among both the impact makers, but also among the experts and judges, people who are specialists in their field, and it'd be really interesting to hear their opinions and thoughts about various aspects of impact of social entrepreneurship. So go ahead. Ask questions. We are here, and by we, I mean the ICC staff, the judges, the experts, but also other impact makers. We're here to be there for you, pretty much. Feel free to ask for feedback, for instance, about a new feature in your product, or an opinion about, I don't know, an accelerator program you're thinking about applying, or ask if you can share your, bounce your ideas off about a new strategy that you're planning for your startup. Or maybe you're just feeling overwhelmed by everything and you just want to talk with someone, like, cry on a virtual shoulder. That's fine too. We're there for you. But also, don't expect us to do your work. And but by that, I mean, we're not going to create the product for you. We're not going to get an investor for you. We're going to support you. We're going to help you. We're going to advise you. But you are the main character of your own comic book. And most important thing, well, I keep on saying most important thing, but this is really, really important. Once people share their successes, news about their startups, or even maybe personal news, celebrate it with them, be happy with them, because their success in the long run is the success of all of us. So let's be happy for them. And that's not only about other impact makers, but also about other startups on the Impact Collective platform, because they might be future impact makers as well. So support them, celebrate with them, be happy for them as we're happy for you. A big, so here, well, I was like about all the do's, but here are some of the don'ts. When you post something, think, does this bring value and quality to the platform, to the community? Like, well, are they even interested in what I'm posting? Like, do they care about it? Or is it even relevant to what we're doing and talking about here? Kind of think twice. I know it's easier said than done, but please do so. Another thing that may be easier said than done is don't be overbearing. Like, don't hog the spotlight. It's a very thin line between being active, especially on an online community, and being overbearing and just being too much. Unfortunately or fortunately, you have to be in charge of that if you're being too much. But if you're not sure, if you're thinking, oh, maybe I'm being too much I post too much, I'm being like, people are getting a bit annoyed with me. If you're not sure, feel free to ask me or any of the Impact Collective staff, and we'll give you an honest feedback. And maybe don't be a stalker. And I know everybody's going to say, like, well, of course I'm not a stalker. Why would I be? And sure, but sometimes we become stalkers not realizing that. So if experts or judges don't reply to your messages, and people are not reacting to your updates, don't get upset. Maybe, well, for one thing, maybe they're busy, like all of the people in the startup world. And second of all, maybe they feel like a little bit pushed to the wall by your constant messaging. So if you're not sure if your behavior is not being too much, feel free to reach out and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. We'll see what to do. And anytime you're not sure, always go to the code of conduct, because that should be a compass for you as it is for us. So this is it. Surprise, surprise. I said I'll be as quick as possible. So I think the easiest thing to do is for me to open the floor to questions. So again, those of you who are in sessions with me know, if you want to ask a question, raise your hand, and you raise your hand by going to the participants tab at the bottom. And at the bottom of that, you should have a button that says raise your hand.
I'm sorry, but can you repeat that once again?
If you go to the participant, like at the bottom, you have a menu here in Zoom, right? And you have participants. So if you click participants, a little pop-up pops out, surprise, surprise. And you, at the bottom of it, you have 3 buttons, out of which one of them is raise your hand. Ah, see, Arash, go. Arash, go ahead, unmute yourself and speak.
Sorry, I was testing it. What we're supposed to do again?
Oh, if you have any questions about the ICC platform.
No, actually, I found it very fascinating. So I'll leave it to next person then.
Okay. In the meantime, Mingan, do you have any questions?
Yeah,
Or
I have a
are you
question
also
about,
practicing?
no. I have a question about like what is that badgy thingy that you have on your profile
Oh,
thing? That was
okay.
kind of
Well,
cute.
thank you for that question. Actually, let me go back to this. So the funny badgy thingy. So like I mentioned, the whole platform is connected to Moim, or the Impact Collective platform is connected to a platform called Moim, which runs on blockchain and was created and is run by the ventures team. And one of their side projects connected with that is the crypto badge. So you can get, when you go to crypto, when you signed up to this platform, you did it through crypto badge. I don't know if you remember. You can go to crypto badge app, or for instance, yeah, this is one of the badges I have. You can go to crypto badge app and you can get some pretty cool badges. The first one, actually, that all of you should have is the country badge. And to get the country badge, that's pretty easy. You can go all the way to the guide. Oh, actually, wait, somebody deleted it. In the country badge, once you log in, you can look for, in the crypto badge, once you log in, you can look for the country badge, and you will be able to get the one of them that I have. Oh, Robert, no, not right now. Please. Which is pretty much what it does is you have to verify your phone number, and you can share it with, and once you verify your phone number, you get the crypto badges country badge, and you will get a little flag on your name from the country that you're from. The end. It's pretty nerdy, to be honest. Like, I know a lot of people might not be that interested in that, but I like collecting stuff. I'm a bit of a herder, so I've got a lot of badges, even though I probably didn't deserve them, but so go ahead and do that. Namira, you're next.
Hi. So
Hi.
I might have missed you talking about it, but I was wondering if we can still edit our profiles.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Whether we can,
so
okay.
Yeah, you mean your personal profiles, right?
No, the company profiles.
Oh, the company profiles. Yeah, that you cannot do it yourself, but you can message myself or
Okay.
Impact Collective if it's something minor, like just an additional, like updated pitch deck, for instance. Then
Yeah.
instead of updating the whole profile, just post it in the comments to your profile.
Okay, got it.
Which I think is a better thing. If it's something significant, like we accidentally messed up for instance, the introduction that you wrote in the application, then let us know as quickly as possible and we'll update that.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Namira. Any questions? Any questions about the technical side of the program? I'm not only talking about the ICC, but anything else that you might want to know about.
So I also understand that all of us have votes that we can give to our peer companies. Is that right?
No. No, you don't. But you don't have the tokens, but you will be given something else. You'll be given appreciation tokens, which you will be giving to the experts and the judges that help you the most during the program. So if you find, for instance, that this specific expert really invested a lot of time into helping you create a new pitch deck, then you can grant him a certain amount of tokens that you received. The ones from the community that have the votes are the community judges. So if you, this is where you step in. If you know anyone from your community, not that someone that's part of your company, but that's an impact maker, an amazing person that can be a fan and that's really into impact investment and impact programs, tell them to join the platform tell them to sign up as a community judge. I'll go on even more. Bring in all your community, bring in all your family, friends, members to this platform. Open the discussion for them, but also give other impact makers an opportunity to connect with them. This platform, in like our ideal vision, would be a place where people can kind of like test bed their ideas, their products with like-minded yet different people representing different regional, local communities. So it is up to us to bring as many of them here, like tell them like this, make them excited about this as you're excited right now, and rock and roll.
Well, so I saw this sentence there on one of the threads which says, probably similar to what you're talking about. Bring your community, customers, team members onto ICC. Their opinions, feedback, votes of confidence. What's the votes of confidence referring to?
That's your so that's the people you would be bringing on to the platform. Well, by bringing on, they're bringing on themselves because they're signing up themselves. But all the people in your company's community, in your product community, or your local startup / impact community that you bring on, they have a potential to become community judges and to vote for you, but also for other impact makers. So
I see, got it. So
you're kind of creating your own audience. That's my point.
All right. So the path is for them to become community judges, to be selected as community judges first. Only then do they get into the whole vote.
Yeah. So, well, yes. So we're going to have about 100 community judges. That's the goal. We have, I don't want to lie right now, but plus minus 30. And people, the way it works, they apply and we go through their application, which is pretty straightforward, and we grant them the community judge position. But to be honest, it's a very diverse group of people. Like you saw, there was a professor, but there's also students, there's people, that English teacher, or a person that does innovation, runs an innovation department in a big corporation. So people with diverse backgrounds that probably in the long run have a potential to either become impact makers themselves or judges and, like, you know, I don't want to say proper judges and experts because they're proper in their own right, but upgraded judges and experts. That sounds bad as well, but I hope you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm really excited about them because of this camp. I've been a bit neglectful towards them, but I hope to curate them into a fun community. Yeah,